So, hello everyone, good evening. I'll try to be fast because I feel that everyone is hungry and thirsty. So first of all, I will just to say a few words and thank Neo and Moonlight to let us have a speech tonight because we are new in the Neo ecosystem, so for us it's a pretty great opportunity. So I'm Jorish Lartigau, I'm a R&D manager at Pixio. Pixio is the new name of Matchbox, we changed name currently these days because it's more readable, easier to understand. So we are currently spreading all over the world, but we are originally from the south of France. So what is Pixio and what is the PikcioChain? So we started 3 years ago. We are pretty old actually. I guess pretty much none of you knows us, but it's been 3 years. And we started 3 years ago all together because we discovered the internet in the late 90s. And internet was some kind of a far west with all this peer-to-peer stuff, and that was pretty much fun. But if you look onto it now, there's all this big cloud architecture and servers, and all the peer-to-peer is not abandoned, but is not seen as an alternative. And we really believe that there's an alternative to that, especially regarding personal data, because as you probably know, personal data is the fuel of any digital services, and this value is not properly managed in the mean that it really does not belong to you. So when we started 3 years ago, we started to build our very own peer-to-peer technology. The idea was to make yourself able as a customer, as a private individual, to manage and control your personal data. And this was very important. This is our vision, because we believe that your digital identity do not belong to you. It belongs to Facebook, it belongs to your bank, to your insurance, to all your digital services. And you have no control over it, and moreover, you have no usability over it. And this why we created this company, and the project here is to make you able to capitalize on your digital asset, digital identity, and to make it go through different services. The thing is that we started 3 years ago developing our very own peer-to-peer layer technology. The goal here was to provide a new solution, a better solution to existing peer-to-peer technology. When you speak about peer-to-peer, it's one IP communicating with another. And when you come to security or securization aspect, this can be an issue. Not only if you input some encryption, you need some obfuscation. And there is some tools that does this very well, like onion routing. I don't know if you heard of onion routing, but we developed our very own protocol of onion routing called the Matryoshka, it's Russian dolls, so that we are able to anonymize any exchange within the network. And this is very important because when you come to financial spheres, or health spheres in France, for instance, there's a strong regulation and very fierce certification that you need to meet regarding security requirements. And obfuscation is one of them when it comes to peer-to-peer. And this is a mechanism that enables to obfuscate and securize all the exchange. And this is something we're pretty much proud of. We have also other algorithm of optimization regarding the indexation of data and assets on the system. It's called distributed hash table. But peer-to-peer is cool, but when you talk about personal data and data processing, the blockchain comes very handy. Why? Because you need third-party trusted platforms to process operation onto this data. And this is why we, on the top of our peer-to-peer layer, we built our very own blockchain layer. Very own blockchain layer that enables to have all this processing around the data, all this processing that will certify the data and make all the operation onto that. Here it's a use case. I mean, it's a currently project we have in France with banks. So the project is pretty simple, but very powerful. The thing is that as a customer, every time I want to open a bank account, I have to go through so many forms asking me the same question over and over. And basically, this builds my digital identity. They call it KYC, now your customer. It's just a bad word to tell that they are building your digital identity. And this identity, you don't have any control over it, even though Europe strives for a more control because we have this GDPR, General Data Privacy Regulation, coming in May. Still, there is no tangible solution for that. What we provide basically is a platform where the user can register once and for all, and like you have the OpenID with, I guess you've probably seen with Facebook or Google, you go on every website, they propose to sign in directly with their tools, their system. We pretty much offer the same to any corporate or any businesses. So when a user creates his identity, then the business can offer as a service the identity portability and the open identification to partners, to other businesses. And this is something we currently have running with BNP Paribas. It's a European bank. I mean, they also are overseas, but mainly in Europe, where the user is able to build up his digital identity. So the bank is holding the data, but the PikcioChain is here to hold the certification, to hold the data mapping, and to hold where is the data and to who the data belong, and more importantly, the consent of the user, so that the user can share the data and the data can flow from one service to another without having the user, the customer, registering once and again and again and again. That's the goal. But the thing is that BNP Paribas, they were using first the solution for their own services. BNP is a bank, but they have a different departments, the credit department, the insurance department, many departments. So the goal was to have the customer going from one department to another without registering again and again. But what BNP was interested with, and other business that we have, is to sell this KYC. The thing is that they want to provide the service to, I don't know, e-shop online like Amazon or whatever, where the user comes and instead of having to register again, he will just input his login and password from BNP, and the chain will, PikcioChain will just make the data transaction. So the monetization comes as a big subject, and that's why Neo became very handy for us, because we didn't have a way to generate tokens, and moreover, regarding the regulation in Europe, it's pretty fierce. If you want to do that on your own, you need banking license and things just crazy. So that's why Neo came very handy for us. We have also another project. We're going to reveal it fully in June. So I guess you've seen some similar projects around here. It's a wallet. Also, this wallet is able to buy new tokens. It's for token sales dedicated for. But what's important here is that when you make a token sales, I guess you are used to it, you also have to process a KYC, And this wallet is able to make this KYC portable from one token sale to another, so that you don't have to register once again and again. So it's to make the things easier. And on the top of that, we are able to add some social features because of our peer-to-peer technologies, such as private, safe chats. We also have the wall. We have many social aspects that are pretty cool for the crypto community, I believe so. Few words here, why we are here today also is that, like I told you, Neo became very handy for us regarding the tokenization. First of all, like everyone said, because of the scalability, the transaction speed, it's a great partnership and a tangible solution for us. And moreover, Neo invested a fair amount of money into our solution, and this is something we are very grateful for. And moreover, we believe that there are going to be various solutions around the blockchain, and moreover, business start to not think of blockchain only through the prism of blockchain, but they think of usage, okay? And when you think of usage, then technology can bricks together, and there is a need of interoperability. And interoperability is a key factor for any success, and that's why it's necessary for us to really consider what Ontology is doing regarding other blockchains and regarding data portability and identity management through various chains. Now I'll just tell you that if you have some Neo left, we are currently in the token sale, running until the end of the month, so you can check it on PikcioChain.com. The team. So thank you very much. If you have any question, you can reach out for me, and I wish you all of you a pleasant evening. Thank you.